Welcome, everybody. I know that's not for me. That's for this young lady right here. Welcome again to another edition of Tulsa Little Jam. We are bringing local bands to the attention of the world because they deserve it. The killer sound that they make in Tulsa. And I agree. That's why you're here. You don't have to, convince me anymore. So tonight, guys, we are very pleased to bring to you Nightingale. There's a little typo on the news that misspelled the name of the band. But everybody give me a nice round of applause for Nightingale.
With a big maple tree in the backyard where the kids can play. Screened in porch with a slow spinning fan and a cold glass of iced tea. How good it can be with just a house in the country. The world is gonna be what it'll be. Oh, it's got nothing on you and me. Oh, it's got nothing on you and me.
Everybody, one more time, let's give a round of applause for Nightingale. And this must be Dale.
Yes.
Yes.
Of Nightingale.
Of Nightingale.
I named the band after myself.
So I'd like you to I would like you to introduce yourself and your compadre here.
So my name is Brianna Wright, and I sing. Thank you. I sing vocals for the band, and this is Parker Farrell, and he plays guitar.
I love
This
it.
is my friend Juan.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
How are ya?
Good.
Hey. Okay. So tell me first. Let's talk about I had one other time I felt sexy listening to music
Okay.
during this show, and that was with Dane Arnold.
I'm a Dane Arnold fan.
Yeah, so-
It's true.
And now tonight, after hearing you,
Oh.
I felt sexy. I felt when you were drinking the iced tea, you and me on the
Yes.
porch. I was like, I feel good.
Well, I'm glad we could bring the sexy to part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just finishing Dane's vision. That's kind of.
So tell me about that song. How that came about.
I wrote it.
Now it's no longer sexy, by the way.
That's the funny thing, and you have to expect that kind of answer with Parker, because he'll write a song and it'll be the most gut-wrenching. Like, after he brings it to me, I'm like, are you okay? Do you want to talk? This is terrible. Like, this is, I mean, it's amazing, but God.
Yeah.
And
he just wants a popsicle.
He'll be like, I was
Yeah,
just in a bad
exactly.
mood and I was hungry.
Yeah.
And I really wanted that popsicle.
Yeah.
And it's this song of like longing and devotion. But there's not really, it's just, you ask him about it, it's kind of like, man, I was hungry. That's real.
I think it's because that's like the complete opposite of when we'd had Casey Stephan on the show talking about her lyrics have like this. There's this deep meaning and stuff like, which is beautiful, and you're just like, oh, I was just hungry and cranky. It felt like
It means something to me.
Yeah, I mean, it means whatever you want it to mean to you. So if it makes you feel sexy, just roll with it.
I like it. Yes.
I don't understand how songs are written. It's still a very a mysterious process to me.
And yet you do it.
Yeah, and I don't. It's always different, and some of them are related to my life, some of them are not at all.
Yeah.
Like one song I wrote about breaking up. It's a very sad song. Was not going through a breakup. Was not sad.
This is great.
Nothing. It was just. I was like, where did this come from? I don't know.
You weren't thinking, boy, I wonder if this is how I would feel during this breakup.
No, it's just. I don't know. Sometimes a hook comes and you're like, oh, well, that kind of sounds like that, and then it just starts to snap.
The profundity of Parker Farrell, everybody.
It's so deep that it seems not deep.
Oh man.
It's just the deep is so effortltall. I think
You are
that's what
so
it is.
deep, you're not even deep, man.
He doesn't even. You're so deep, you're not.
That's deep.
Yes, deep. That is
Yeah.
deep. All right, and now let's talk about this because we were talking about being frotastic, frolicious, frofab. What's going on?
Come on. Well, this is just my daily thing. I used to worry a whole lot about my hair, and then when I got pregnant, I shaved it all off because I thought.
Did you really?
If I have to take care of a kid, I've seen moms, right, and I've seen their hair, and it's a thing, and so I shaved it all off, and ever since with the band, since we got back together after I had my daughter, it's just been.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
It used to be different every day.
This episode of Oil Fire's Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you in part by
I'm driving in a Silverado through the streets of LA. I came up through Arizona to find a brighter day. What'll happen to my family? I just can't say. I'm driving through the city of angels with a rosary. Oh, it started with a handshake, and the man, he said he knew the way. He said I could be working on a soybean field for $65 a day. Well, the desert is a bitch, but I've only lost one or two. I get you to the border for $300 and the rest is up to you. I'm driving in a Silverado through the streets of LA. I came up through Arizona to find a brighter day. What'll happen to my family? I just can't say. I'm driving through the city of angels with a rosary. Got a brother in Oklahoma, got a cousin in Idaho, and we're sending back a little heart and cash to mom and pop in Mexico. Will I ever see them again? I don't know, but I pray every day that the Blessed Virgin has mercy on their souls. I'm driving in a Silverado through the streets of LA. I came up through Arizona to find a brighter day. What'll happen to my family, I just can't say. I'm driving through the city of angels with a rosary. It's the dirt and the work, it's the sweat and the strength. The American dream machine cranes. I'm up every morning, I'm getting it done, and nobody ever says thanks. If I am not welcome here, it just makes no sense. Cause the English, Italian, Chinese, and African were all immigrants. I'm driving a Silverado through the streets of LA. I came up through Arizona to find a brighter day. What'll happen to my family, I just can't say. I'm driving through the city of angels to the rosary. Oh, I'm driving a Silverado through the streets of LA. I came up through Arizona to find a brighter day. What'll happen to my family, I just can't say. I'm driving through the city of angels with a rosary. Oh, I'm driving through the city of angels with a rosary.
Thank you.
This episode of Oil Fire's Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you in part by...
I do want to ask more about the other songs, but I feel like I'm going to get like, I was just passing gas, so I wrote Silverado.
Well, Silverado's a little bit
Silverado, I
different.
can
Oh, Silverado's got a story. All right, let's talk about that.
Well, Silverado is kind of an amalgamation of different stories of people that I knew, and I just rolled them all up into one fictional character. But again, I don't know where it came from necessarily. I think I got a hook, and then I just started going with it, and then it just kind of came
So does the music, the hook comes a lot of the time first, and then the words come from that sometimes?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. I'm really trying here, Parker.
Dude, if I knew how to write songs, we'd have a lot more songs.
I also think you're not good at describing it though, because like with Silverado, right? Like that song, there was a story there, and that one, he's not going to get into it, but I will. The care that he takes, and he talked to a lot of people. There were a lot of stories there. Parker travels a lot, and so sometimes these things come out of him, and he doesn't even realize it. I was kind of half joking when I said he's so deep that he's not deep at all, because it really does. It just comes out of him. And I feel like that's almost kind of my job to like look at it all and be like, he'll come out with like 6 things and I'm like, it's like, I can tell you were hungry when you wrote that one. But like things like Silverado where they come out and there's just a lot of depth. And it's so funny because that song especially, it gets a big reaction one way or the other every time we've sang it. We've had really positive reactions, really negative reactions. So when Parker says like, well, I just kind of wrote it, it translates from there to other people. It's true because we've seen it. There will be songs that he'll write, and even if it doesn't seem like he's so invested, someone will listen to it and they have something to say. And I think that's kind of the beauty of what we do is it seems menial to us, but it came from somewhere. And that means it's going to be accessible for someone. So it's our job to just do a good job of getting it out there.
And I think the process, I would find it very dull if everyone's process and how they came up with creative ideas was the same. It shouldn't be that way at all, because otherwise everything would be vanilla ice cream and it's just boring after a while. So I think effortlessness sometimes in art is beautiful. It just comes right out of you like that. And that's great.
It is good because I'm a little bit more of a perfectionist and he's not at all. Like he'll just put things out there, and so that's why I think it kind of works really well because then the things kind of flow out of him and
You're the editor.
I'm the editor, exactly. I own 20% of this company, and.
But I will say one thing. Even though that like the writing process is very mysterious even to me, but like the goal for me is I've always said this to Bree is like I want people to leave a Nightingale show feeling better than when they came.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole intent. For me, that's the whole intent of the band, is to be uplifting.
The simplicity of that is lovely.
This episode of Oil Fire's Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you in part by
On New Year's Day last year, I was standing right here, and the sun went down over my hometown. In the city, lights were clear. Oh, on New Year's Day last year, I was standing right here, and from Istanbul to Los Angeles, there were folks just like us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I made a resolution. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I made a resolution. On New Year's Day last year, I was standing right here, and you held my hand as the taxis ran, and the drunkards gave a cheer. Oh, on New Year's Day last year, I was standing right here, and oh Lord, ain't it strange how the seasons change? That's life in a cosmic sphere. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've got a resolution. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I've got a resolution. Oh, good luck, babe. It's been a long haul. Maybe next year God will help us all. Oh, stay golden, girl. Don't you ever fall. And maybe next year God will save us all. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I made a resolution. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've got a resolution. I've got a resolution. Oh, 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 oh.
This episode of Oil Fire's Tulsa Little Jam is brought to you in part by
If you were to classify your music, what would it be? Are you gonna be okay?
Eventually. I don't know. We've sort of come to this idea that it's like we come back to that whole idea of the Tulsa sound, right? Where it very much has that sort of like folk influence, a little bit of rock and roll, some soul, and kind of whatever you decide to draw out of those influences, in my opinion. I'm from Tulsa, my background's here, whatever. And in my opinion, I guess it'd be kind of like if folk and soul had a little sexy baby.
Yeah.
With a fro.
Good. Yeah.
A sexy
You're
fro
thinking about the
baby.
cute little baby, right?
A sexy fro baby. So Michael Frost, basically.
Exactly.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
Same.
Speaking of nightmares, something that the audience probably doesn't know about you, which I learned not too long ago because we had several mutual friends before we met. I didn't think you were real at first. Which
That's
I have.
true.
My
I
friend
heard about
Teresa-
you.
Yes.
And it was like, no, I'm not going to say the boogeyman because whatever, but I heard about you a whole lot and I never saw you.
Teresa, what are you
Seriously.
even saying about me?
No, not the boogeyman, but just sort of like an urban myth, more like a fun one. Like
Okay,
it's a fun urban myth that you never see. But you hear. I don't want to say
A little-
like a leprechaun,
A little Spanish boy comes walking in Juan.
something like that.
This mythical little dude.
Exactly.
Here I am.
It's like magic.
Welcome to the Little Jam. Yes, but when I met you, I found out you were planning a really disgusting Halloween experience.
Yes.
And then I found out a little bit. I want to know, tell us a little bit about this grotesquity that you participate in,
Well, I used
as I enunciate perfectly.
Your perfect enunciation is so intimidating. I used to work for like a haunted house for a really long time, and I come up with some pretty sick ideas. You know, it was to
they're
be
sitting
fair, I
there-
throw a fabulous Halloween party. You will throw up.
And by the way, she's sitting there talking this at the table, all like smiles and stuff. Her husband and baby are in the beanbag chair, just like having a good time. They're talking about and severed heads with this coming out of the ear and all this nonsense. I was like, wow, family.
They get it.
But how did that? You're still involved in that?
No, I actually not anymore. I like to. This kind of is my creative baby nowadays. So I'm trying to bring in some of more and more demented ideas into the album. They're being really weird about a concept album. Like, I don't know, but I think if we could do something really gory in the music videos. But that is a muscle that I'm not flexing right now, and I think I really need to.
This season of Tulsa Little Jam is made possible in part by a generous grant from the Arts Alliance of Tulsa.
I took some time trying to find an answer to clear my mind, but all I got from my pursuit was more illusions of the truth. Now looking back, it's clear to see we'll never solve the mystery. And if I'm gonna find my peace, I'm gonna have to let it be. 'Cause we all been on that highway. We all been through some dark days. We all take
This season of Tulsa Little Jam is presented by...
What's next for are you?
We're Nightingale. Didn't you see us on the news?
Nightingale.
Nightingale.
Yeah.
What's next for Nightingale?
Nightingale. What's next for Nightingale is we're recording our album in 2 weeks.
Nice.
And we're yes. Long time coming, and we're so excited about that. And then we're actually gonna be hitting the road
Yeah.
after a few months after that. Yup.
Is there a plan, a game plan?
Yeah. In January, we're gonna be somewhere out east near Florida, Atlanta, that kind of region. We're gonna get a little say hello to the folks in Florida. I just remembered like how weird people from Florida can be and like saying hi to them. I'm sorry. Can I do what you do? Cut. I'm gonna cut that. Hold on. What's next for Nightingale One? So glad you asked.
What do you feel is like the most inspirational thing about Tulsa, and what do you hope is the future sound for Tulsa?
That's a good question.
That's right, Parker. Write a song about that.
All right, I'll get right on it.
30 minutes in the bathroom. Watch.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a banger.
I'm not gonna watch that.
That's his process. You asked. I'm excited. I mean, there was just an article, and I think it was like American Songwriter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was about Tulsa and coming up, and people have always known. I mean, go ask Eric Clapton about Tulsa.
The problem
I'm
is
serious.
they don't talk about it. Like they'll write these articles, and it's an amazing thing. But listen, I was gone for a long, long time, and I came back on accident by necessity to
Right,
Tulsa,
okay.
and was like, "What's been going on?" So you can write these things and whatnot, but what's the problem? The problem is that it's not getting out there still. So it's an amazing article. I read it as well, but.
We're building it from scratch. It's not like Atlanta. It's not New York. It's not LA. There's not these things established. We're figuring out where recording districts are. There's the church studios reopening. There's oh my gosh.
The first time in my entire life I ever was like, tell my friends in New York, I'd been there more than half my life, and I can tell them now, and I'm not embarrassed. I'm like,
yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I am from Tulsa. I used to not talk about it, but I'm pretty okay with it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's impressing the hell out of me.
Yeah.
You two made this, wasn't this their kickoff? For their latest tour, they kicked it off in Tulsa.
Yep.
Oh, you two did.
You too?
Yep.
Yeah, I was there.
How crazy is that?
Yep.
So it's starting to get out there, but we need to collectively, which you are doing now as a musical community, supporting each
Exactly.
other and everything.
Yes.
We need to push it out there more. And stuff.
Major. Their success is my success, is your success, and we're just figuring this out. We're stronger together, and I think we're all gonna see amazing return on that.
Yeah. And obviously that's why one of the reasons we're doing this show is for that, because I think it's a worthy sound that needs to be heard.
It
we
is.
need to get it out there.
Absolutely. And we all push each other. I mean, there really is a community now, and it's a good one. It's a real good one.
Thank you so much to Nightingale for being here tonight.
Thank
guys.
you for having me. Over my hometown in the city, lights were clear. On New Year's Day last year, I was standing right here, and from Istanbul